Is anybody else sick and tired of hearing about shenanigans and stupidness relating to sealed wax boxes? Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. How are we doing? It has turned out to be a double header today. We're going to be talking about a 86 Fleer box that might have been faked or repacked or whatever. It just doesn't look quite right. If you're new here, you're looking for daily sports card collectibles content type videos, we are here for you, my friends. Your family, your friends, they're not your regular folks. They don't want to listen to you yammer on about this stuff. So we are here. Thank you very much for joining. Hit that big red button, the subscribe button down below. And also don't forget to connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad, and I'm also on Twitter, the SportsCardDad. All right, I first heard about this on Sports Card Radio's channel. They've got a couple videos now out on this particular subject. I completely missed this at the National. I was at the National. I think this happened on Thursday morning. I got to the show Thursday afternoon, so I wasn't there for this break. At least I think I have that right. So I missed this break of 86 Fleer basketball. It was a whatnot giveaway, the way that I understand it. And they had multiple kind of big name breakers, influencers that were involved in helping open the packs. That was Ryan Card Collector 2, Pac-Man, and Blaze. So these are kind of big names in the breaking world or in the sports card world, and they were helping out kind of doing this giveaway. Well, Sports Card Radio does a good job of breaking down the fact that 86 Fleer, along with a lot of other card sets from that time, from the 80s really, there's a lot of different sets where you had a sequence of cards. They were sequenced in packs a certain way. It actually kind of made me think too when I was watching this. I remember, especially with rack packs. Rack packs are packs that are kind of the longer packs. You can see through them. They were pretty common to see in the 80s, maybe in the 90s. I don't really remember, but definitely in the 80s. And a lot of times you could see that top card or the bottom card. And so what happened was a lot of dealers, people that were really apt at understanding kind of that sequence, they would go to Walmart, wherever, Kmart, KB Toys or wherever, and they would go through the packs, skim through the packs, and be able to kind of get a feel for, okay, there's a big card. I think there's a big card in this pack based on the fact of that there's this card on the bottom or this card on the top. There was a sequence to it. They were searched in essence, but they weren't opened. Although I remember seeing people in the 80s that did actually open packs as well, trying to see if there was good cards in there. That happened as well, but the really astute, dealers and card people, they could actually just do it without opening the packs. They could get a feel for what they thought would be in those packs. And there wasn't shiny parallels. It was, you were trying to find Michael Jordan rookie cards, for example, and they were able to do it through wax packs, try to figure out different ways. They were pretty good at it. And so, of course, the one thing that sticks out about this, where Sports Card Radio is showing it, they're breaking it down, is that Ryan Johnson, Ryan Card Collector 2, as well as Pac-Man, come into packs where there's literally like 5 different Johnson cards in a row. Magic Johnson, and then 3 or 4 other Johnsons that are in a row in the pack, which just does not happen in 86 Fleer. Maybe it's a wild coincidence. Maybe it was a weird, that was just a box where it was just packed differently than most of the other ones. But I've watched box breaks for that particular set because it's a cool set, obviously, on YouTube. And I've never seen before there 4 or 5 Johnsons in a row like that. And then when Blaze is opening up his, he actually hits the Michael Jordan rookie card. But again, it's weird. It's in alphabetical order where you've got the Jordan card 57, and then it goes 58, 59, 60. And it's literally Jordan and a bunch of K names and Jordan. It's odd. It's odd how it is. It doesn't follow that sequence that it normally does where you would get the Michael Jordan rookie card. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm just so sick and tired of seeing the sealed wax crap that's going on. This is really the type of BS that holds back the hobby from becoming really more of a legitimate alternative asset class, especially if you're a high-end buyer. What sort of confidence do you have spending 6 figures on a box? And I don't care what box it is, whether it's 86 Fleer or, 2003 Exquisite or some other expensive box. I don't really care the circumstances. It's almost like trying to buy like a $10 million painting and just hoping that it's not a print, hoping it's not a counterfeit. It's in that same world of collectible / art, where you've got very expensive things. Counterfeiters, fakers, they are highly motivated to make copies of this that look exactly like the original. And this looks to be, of course, I guess we don't have certainty on it, but it looks to be a repacked 86 Fleer box. It looks, I guess the one thing is that there wasn't G.I. Joe cards in there. Between Logan Paul's G.I. Joe, first edition G.I. Joe cards, you had the 86 Fleer box at the National that does not look great. Looks like there's something up with that. And then I saw, I believe it was on Ziggy No's channel, Sports Card Show, he mentions a box, I believe it was on his show, where someone is breaking a $10,000, $12,000 box. I believe it was 2012 Prism. It was either football or basketball. About a $10,000 box. It was fake. One of my hobby friends, Neo Cards and Comics, he bought a box of 90 MU, Marvel Universe, to open. That's one of the box from my childhood as well. He got it off of Mercari, whatever that selling site is. Yeah, you think he bought two boxes. One was good and one was full of other crap. It was full of stuff. So this is the type of stuff that makes me insane. And even if 97, 98% of the stuff is legit, these are massive boxes with huge liability. These screw ups are big, and these are the ones that make headlines. You know, it's not the regular boxes, all the smaller stuff, the $100 box, the $200 box. This is an 86 Fleer basketball box opened at the largest show in the country at the National. All the eyeballs are on it, and it just does not look right. And again, maybe there's some amazing story for this, but just looking at it, it just doesn't feel right. I made this video in part because I've got so many different comments. I actually had somebody comment on a video that I did like a year ago about this subject. So I'm like, that's interesting. They must have been looking for this. They want to hear more about it. Sports Card Radio is the one that's really kind of leading with the story, and I'm going to follow it. I hope that they can come to some sort of conclusion. We can figure out what happened, because again, it's one thing to talk negatively about hobby stuff, but this is a type of BS that needs to be talked about. This is the stuff that just makes your blood boil. There's no place for it here in the hobby. We want it gone. And I think what's going to happen is there's so much big money that's poured into this stuff and that's coming into it. I think it's really going to flush out a lot of fake stuff, counterfeit stuff that's maybe been out there in the market for a while. I think we're going to see a little bit more of this kind of pain. My hope is that we have this stupid short-term pain so that we can kind of learn from it, get better, and long-term, it's just better for everybody. Because again, there's got to be better systems in place. And I think everyone has to look, I think we have to look to technology. You know, there's certainly been advances. There's people trying to do it. There's startups that are trying to get in to try to add different security features. But man, and I've said this in other videos, the number one priority for companies coming in, or if you want to start up, whatever, security in this hobby. Figure out a way to make sure that stuff is what it says it is. Make sure that it's not fraudulent. Make sure it's not fake. Make sure it's authentic. And like I said, there are companies that are taking steps to do this. But man, I think that we're going to see, it's going to flush out a lot of the bad. It's being flushed out, and I think there's probably going to be more of that. So let me know your thoughts on this. If you have any other information on this, I'd like to know. Do you know anything about the box, where it came from? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Also, I have a live stream, kind of impromptu, just opened up for me tonight. I've got Ryan McClanahan and Bobby Burrell excited. These are two sports memorabilia historians. We will be live on my channel, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. I'm looking forward to talking to these guys. I've had interactions. I met with Ryan at the National. We walked around, looked at some vintage stuff. He's just a huge card brain. And then I've also got Bobby Burrell that's coming on. He's written books on the subject. So these two guys are legit, and I'm excited to have them. Stay healthy. Stay awesome. I will talk to you again later.